Hi guys, different video for you today. We're going to do the washing up together. And my glove is covered in weird stuff, so let's just film that first. So you can follow along, or you can turn the volume down a bit and just sort of listen to the splashing and crashing and the inevitable swearing when I break the glass. But I've encountered these videos where people just sort of clean along, and I figured it was something I could do because, as you can see, I live like a tramp. So, just going to get a nice straight brush. This one, they come in such nice little balls. Listen to that. That's a good sound. A little bit of washing up liquid. Just little circles. I'm just moving the dirt around at the moment. I just want to get the stuff that is sticking from this edge off. All the way around, that is supposed to be there. Put that up on the rack. We'll start the next thing. So this mug has marshmallows melted to it. So we're going to need some hot water, and that just melts it straight away. Really, really easy. It can seem really sticky and gross, but it just goes straight away. I'll put a little bit more in the bottom. A dot more washing up liquid. And I know a lot of people are going to watch this and be like, why are you doing it like that? Well, partially because I want to draw this process out for the video, and partially because my sink itself is pretty hard to film. This is the best angle I could find. And partially because I like using quite a lot of dish soap, but I'm not the kind to just sort of squirt it all in one go. Because I feel like if you make the water all murky and horrible, you take everything out and it looks clean, like it's lovely white and shiny, and then you hang it up or put it in the cupboard, and what ends up happening is it just sort of like, it smells a bit, and you don't know why, and you don't notice until you pick up a mug to make a cup of tea. So, this is my title, I'm the guinea pig's mother. I've got 3. I've got a lot of animals actually. You can see the fish tank here. I'll show you maybe at the end of the video if you're good. But it's got pea puffers in it. There's another video on my channel showing them having a lovely time eating themselves into a stupor. They really are super tiny little animals. And if you fancy getting pea puffers yourself, because they're really small, you can get a little group of them for a reasonably small tank. Maybe have a 20-gallon tank and have 6 little happy chappies in there. Okay, so this is not a lot wrong with it really, but round the bottom here is where I placed an ice cream tub inside so that I could hold it like this, and it melted and stuck to the inside. So back with the scrubber. Oh, don't scrub the glass, it's Pyrex, it'll live. Easy peasy. I think the most important thing to take away from this video, if you don't take anything else away, is that it doesn't have to be perfect to be serviceable, you know. And I would love to see any of you guys, if you make a video that's similar to this, I would absolutely love to see it. If you link me to it, I will definitely give it a like, subscribe, and all that jazz, because I do think we need to help each other out now. We're at the point where we've been cooped up for a really long time. I haven't taken it very well. I don't know how many other people out there are struggling as well, but I suspect it's more than we'd like to admit. There we go. Turn that there a little bit. I like this scrapey one. You know, a soft sponge is fine. I don't mind using that for kitchen surfaces and things, where you're mostly wanting the absorbency. But for me, because I am so lazy, and this is done so infrequently, a lot of the time stuff kind of gets stuck on. Save the planet. Keep your plastic cutlery. This is a McDonald's spoon. Not sponsored. Hit me up, Mackies. I know you want this content as part of your brand, for sure. Well, I knew that would happen. My apologies. This, it's got a little seal, silicone seal, and that can get a little bit murky, and it's a funny shape as well, so if you have any cups or anything that have lids like this, do make sure that you rotate this a little bit, just to make sure that you don't have any crud around the edges, because you will smell it later and it will be too late. This is the cup that goes with. We've had chocolate in here. And a little dab of that. And just dig right in. This is metal on metal, I don't even care about that. There we go. Quick rinse. Now if you're not sure, if you've cleaned something thoroughly enough and it's like a bowl or a cup, I do recommend giving it a quick smell while it's still hot and wet, because the heat will agitate whatever particles are causing the odour, so you'll smell it a lot more easily at this stage than at a later date. Okay, so got a cheesy spoon. Disgusting. Down we go. And it's off. If the Queen came round today, I would feed her with this. And if she moaned, I'd be like, what are you doing here? I didn't invite you. This isn't an invite, Liz, if you're listening. Please let me know in advance if you want alternative cutlery. If you come round unannounced, this is what you'll get. Some lovely rainbow forks from Wish. You can see on the tips there, actually. It's starting to discolour So I've probably ingested whatever they've used to make that rainbow. Probably good for me, it's probably fine. Casserole dish. I actually like making enchiladas in this. That's my partner's favourite. He loves enchiladas. Chicken breast. And then you can see here it's quite an old crock pot. Clean around the edges all we like, but this bit here, this is just, because it's unglazed, there's not a lot you can really do. But it's fine, because like, if people are in your life looking at the underside of your casserole dishes and judging you for it, then they can see themselves out. This is probably one of the easiest methods of detecting someone who's an absolute arsehole, really. Ready for use. I'm just going to pop this in the oven because as it's been rinsed it'll just be water, so it can just evaporate off. Okay, so what else is in this cauldron before we can clean the cauldron itself? We've got another baby plate. No bother, no hassle. I don't even really need soap for this, but there is some still in this squidgy. There we go. Boom. Gorgeous. There we go. Let's have a dig. Golden fork. Perhaps more suited to royal taste. We've got blue. What else is in this cauldron? Plastic forks. No bother at all. Honestly, I love these. And I'm not mad either. I'm not like, oh, they're not giving you these anymore in the fast food places. Well, you know, they've given you so many. Right. If you haven't kept any, then did you really like them? Right, let's pour this out. Oh, lovely. So I had soup in this. I was making some sort of chicken broth. Again. Turn it up for you so you get to really experience the graft. That's not a lot of graft at all, is it? I suppose it's been soaking that long, it really doesn't matter. But remember to go all the way up your pot sides, because if you're like me, you live in a hard water area, you can get lime scale. Clean it. Do undersides, outside, that's marvellous. Oops. Just give it a quick rinse. Check for any extra cheeky spots that got away, and I'll put that on the hob. Guess who was on the hob? The baby cauldron. And we had pasta last night. Pasta is always a bit more of a pain because starch makes it kind of sticky. However, you all know what happens to pasta in water, so I'm not overly concerned. At least I didn't burn it. There we go. Just working on all these little struts. Do with soaking really. So what we'll do, get that water, fill that up, and we'll save it for last as a nice treat. There we go. Doesn't really need to be super duper hot, it just needs to be, what's the word? Just needs to be enough for it to soften up on its own. God knows what that is. It came off. Good. It's the cake tin, or the bottom of this. You wouldn't make much of a cake with that, would you? Oh yeah, it's like the coating's coming off. Again though, like, it doesn't really matter because you always line your cake tins anyway. So it looks a bit horrible, but it's clean. There we go. Just a bowl. Round. Smells good. Well, it doesn't smell of anything, which is good. Like, you don't want it to smell like anything at all, really. Like, if it smells nice, it has to smell like soap. Straight bottom up. The bugger to clean this one because it's deep mud. And there is something at the bottom. We'll persevere. If you've got smaller hands, which you almost certainly do, then that wouldn't be a problem at all. There we go. And it wasn't a problem for me either. Another bowl. Got rubbish on the outside. Marvellous. Whisk. Just soaking it up. Making sure there's nothing stuck to it, but generally speaking, there's never anything on these little ones, unless you've been whipping cream or something. But you just rinse those straight away, or pass it to your significant other, and they should be able to lick most of whatever you don't want on top. Okay, the knife, just slide that along the blade, takes off any crud. A little dot of soap, hardly need any at all. There we go. And on the pan roll. Okay. What's next in this pan? Looks like more cutlery. Lovely rainbow knife. I bought a rainbow set, a gold set, a copper set, and a blue set, because they were so cheap, and I thought, you know what, it's a new house, it's a new me, I'll treat myself to cutlery that kind of matches. And then we inherited a load anyway from various people who were just like, oh, you're setting up a home? Here, take 1,000 mugs. And I was like, yeah. The more mugs I have, the less often I have to clean them. But then it leads to situations like this, where you and I are sat here. Scrubbing a golden teaspoon. They are all stainless steel, so they should be pretty durable, I'm not worried. Yes. Blue. And my favourites, it's an ice cream spoon. I really like these. Little teaspoon. Sorted, and now we've got this pan. This is Teflon. Probably does not want to be scratched up too much, so we'll use one of these sponges instead. Let's get that on it. Remember to replace your sponges regularly, unless you're in the habit of boiling them, which I am not. This one just to go soon, because basically they just harbour disease. It's horrible. Perfect environment for them, really. A lot of soap isn't really antibacterial. It just gets the grease off, which kind of means, you know, if there's no food attached to the object, then there's nothing for bacteria to eat, therefore it's clean. But in terms of what it does go onto, like in your sink, or on your dish towels, on your napkins, on your sponges, do go a little bit horrible. You see, this is only slightly discoloured, and it's actually pretty new. I think I got this sponge out a couple of days ago to clean some glasses, but because it's been in here. Tell me in the comment section, how do you keep a sponge from going horrible monkey? Or do you not bother? Bruce. That's pretty clean. A few dark patches on here I'll have to work on in a minute, but I think I'll move on to another object because there's only a few things left anyway. Little baby guy. It's a steak knife, I guess. I don't eat a lot of steak. I think it's one of those things that can go horribly wrong quite easily. And I know a lot of people don't agree with me there. They're just like, oh well, you know, steak disgrace. How'd you balls up a steak? To that I say, have you ever had a family member that just did not believe in seasoning? You know, can't have salt because of the sodium, so you can have ground black pepper, and that's it. Just going to remove these. I know these are well far gone. They're going straight in the bin. There we go. What else have I got here? Is it time to return to that pot yet? I think it might be. So, let's start with the spatula. As you can see, it's already like really loosened up. I will use this actually because it'll just come straight off. That's brilliant. When someone says, "Oh, I'm just putting them into soak," how long was it when I put that into soak in the first place? Pray tell. Have a look, time it. Because that's all it took. There we go. I'm more than guilty of soaking stuff for several hours. No tea, no shame. But I am aware that it doesn't actually need that long. So this is just coming straight off. Move it round. All the little bits of pasta. Add some soap. Rinse, 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 rinse. Let's get that last bit at the bottom where the starch was really suckered on. And the outside. Pretty straightforward. There we go. Nice. Put it with its brother. Okay. What have we got to finish off? Oh my god. So, this mug, I actually microwaved, and the stuff, it was in there for way too long. I just walked away from it. Which led to this event. Inside. Wow. It's gone. I'm going to run some soap around it. Some tiny bits. Does not need a lot because I'm just making sure there's no grease left. That looks good to me. Yep. Bit of rinsing. It smells fine. It's nice and clean. Oh, I don't want streaks on my glass when I put it in the dishwasher. Mate. Like I said before, if people are judging you over shit like that, you don't need to listen to them. Okay, so this one still smells kind of soapy. Not really sure why. But the best way to resolve that, give this a really good rinse. Give it a rub around. See if there's sort of any residue that's stuck inside that we can't see. It's an awkward mug really, because all of the shaping is on the inside as well. It's been stamped on. So that's a bit better. One more rinse with a bit of soap. Oh, but hang on, we're just getting rid of the soap. Yeah, but I don't know what it's sticking to. Okay, that's done now. There we go.